Welcome to Megapath Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and today let's talk about the F-takes from The Walking Dead. Now, here's the thing. There's some new information that is just confusing as hell about the F-takes, and then I do want to mention briefly something about the Old Man Rick scene coming up. We're going to keep it simple, just these two topics, and this video is sponsored by In-House Plugging right now. We still have a few more copies of Doomsday Kingdom, the Signature Series, because a lot of people ask if we're still holding those for later on. We are holding like 25, I think, or 20, I forget. But we're holding 20 for later, so that way any latecomers can still get the chance to pick them up. Anyway, these are the ones with the invisible backboards. This is one that's going to get packed and ready to go. That's why it looks like that. And it comes with a trading card, a Doomsday Kingdom trading card with the rider, and the back is signed too. So limited edition book plate, it's signed and numbered. The comic itself is signed and numbered in a Mylar bag, and it's got the invisible backboard, and it's doomsdaykingdom.com. I'm going to put the links down below. And again, keep in mind, in a couple days, we will make an announcement video and restock. It's limited quantities. We only have about 50 to 70 we're going to restock, and that is because we have decided to focus on the variant covers. We can't have so much stock coming in. It's just, we'll bite off more than we can chew. But we will circle back around and do second prints for anyone who hasn't caught up by that time. Anyway, so let's dive into the F-bombs. So to rewind this back to season 4 at the finale, they did give us 1 or 2 F-bombs within that season. The main one was a brand new scene in the episode where Rick Grimes said they're fucking with the wrong people. And then in season 6, when Negan shows up in the finale, they did an entire episode that was on the Blu-ray, and again, that's because the Blu-ray holds more information. They couldn't fit it on a DVD from what I'm hearing, so it was Blu-ray only, and you can hear you watch the entire episode. At the very end of it, you get the uncensored Negan version. So you can watch the episode the way it was on TV, and you can watch it complete, not just that one snippet at the end. You can watch the entire episode, and then the ending has it where he is uncensored. And there's also uncensored Rick scenes and stuff like that. Really quick fun note, the uncensored Rick, they're fucking with the wrong people, that's the canon version. I didn't even know they decided to make that clear, but that was in an interview where Scott Gimple, I'm almost positive, I'll put any information with that, because I'm making like a facts video, a little fun one, and that was one of the facts. Scott Gimple considers that one the canon version. So in the world of The Walking Dead, Rick never said they're screwing with the wrong people. It's they're fucking with the wrong people. Just a little fun, whatever. Anyway, I thought that was fun. Anyway, so for season 7, a lot of fans were hearing that they were filming the censored and uncensored of Negan. I got extremely excited, and I'm definitely willing to buy that Blu-ray when it comes out. However, fans were devastated when they released the Blu-ray, and a lot of fans bought it expecting it to have the uncensored Negan, and it didn't. Not only was it not on there, but they didn't address it. There was no comments. They didn't come out and say, hey, you know what, we're gonna have a version, it's just gonna be in a different, set. They didn't say anything at all about it. And me personally, when I first saw that, I kind of got the idea that they're either A, not gonna ever release it, or B, they're gonna release it later on, but they're not saying anything now, because if they tell you now, you won't buy it now. You'll wait until it comes out later. And that's what in the entertainment industry, that is something that they all do. Even the companies you know and love, like I know a company recently that I love, they released something that was mad expensive, and 2 months later they released the one thing that someone wanted, and it's cheaper, and it's not in the set. That's because they knew everyone would panic thinking this is the only time to get that one thing and go ahead and buy it. So that's a business tactic, and I'm starting to think AMC is doing that. What information did we get currently? Well, TV Guide put together some kind of 100 fun facts of The Walking Dead, because they're filming their 100th episode. So they were on set for the 100th episode, and they pulled 100 fun facts out of that. And I was kind of mining some facts from there to see if there was anything really cool to add to a big ultimate fact video. 2 things you could get from this one fact that they put up. The Negan and Gabriel, it's confirmed, it's in episode 100. They didn't come out and say that, I don't believe, but they were there for episode 100, and they were watching that scene as it was being filmed. The interesting part is when the journalists were going to get up and leave, Greg Nicotero jumped up and he said, what are you guys leaving before the takes? And when I read that, I thought, wait a minute. In the beginning of this video where I said it gets confusing, they're still filming takes. Why? If AMC didn't release it for season 7, and keep in mind, AMC and the filming schedule and, you know, the writers, everyone's ahead of us, the fans, everyone's ahead of, you know, release, like they know what they're going to do months and months and months ahead of time. So if they are still filming the uncensored version, that means they knew far in advance that they didn't release it, and it hasn't been released for season 7, but they're still doing it for season 8. For you, does that confirm that they will definitely be releasing this? In my opinion, I kind of feel like this is confirmation or loose confirmation that they are seriously considering it. If they are still filming the takes, if they're still filming it, why would they waste that time? Why would the actors waste their time? Why would the cast and the crew? Why would AMC even allow them to waste that time? Time is money in the you know, film industry. Why, if they weren't going to utilize that down the line? Like, they got to re-edit everything for those scenes, the uncensored scenes, and if it's quite a bit, that could be a big project. So they could actually release a Blu-ray that is strictly uncensored. Instead of combining them, they might release it, and they might release it later on. When season 8 is maybe halfway through, they could come out with a special ultimate edition. A good chunk of fans will buy that. I want it. I will buy it. Every day someone is asking about the F-bomb, the uncensored. This seems like something that the fandom wants. And the ones who want it, and I don't know if this is a little bit of the fan base or a lot of the fan base. I don't know if it's going to be, at this point, is it going to be confusing once they finally release it? What do you think? Do you think this is something they're hanging on to? How many of you are even still interested? That's it with the F-bombs. Really quick, I wanted to mention the Old Man Rick scene. The people who write articles and, you know, for the magazines, the internet websites, stuff like that, they get to go onto the set while they're filming, but they can't release or talk about the information until a certain point in time. Like, they'll bring them on and then they'll say, you were here for episode 8 of season 8. You can't talk about this or release that review until the episode airs. So they'll know it. The people there will see it. They'll have this information, this inside information, and they'll hang on to it until the episode releases. And then they'll go ahead and release the interview or whatever it is that they did. Now, with the Old Man Rick, they had some journalists there who are watching the scene, an extended scene of it playing out. For the trailer, we got to see that little snippet. There was the Kane, there was Rick. Well, apparently the journalists there got to watch an extended version of that, and they were told before they went in that what you're about to see may or may not be what you think it is. And the people said who've seen it, which I think that's so cool, you know, that there's an extended scene of that, and people have, you know, they watched it a month ago or something like that. But what you have seen is something that will definitely blow fans' minds and have them talking probably throughout the season until they reconnect it again. And that's something I think is really neat, because if you look at what they're saying and what they're definitely hinting at the two strongest possibilities. First off, for everyone still holding on to the coma stuff, get rid of that. It's not a coma. He's not waking up back in a hospital. That's never going to happen. It's one of two things, definitely. It's a flash forward to a point in the story where he's already defeated Negan, the war is done, and they've been rebuilding the communities and building up all the communities around, all the united communities, Hilltop, Kingdom, Oceanside, Alexandria, all of them together, even the Sanctuary possibly if it's not destroyed, and that's been going on for a few years, and it's a time skip. That's why Rick looks older. So that's one definite possibility. It's a flash forward to a point in time in the story that is years after where we are currently at. The only other option that it could be, and I see a lot of people saying there's no way this is possible, it's the only second choice that is possible. It's the only other choice that is possible, unless someone else has any creative ideas. Let me know down in the comment box. But the only second choice is it could be a dream sequence of some type. again, in my opinion, if it is, it's got to be when he's captured and he's dehydrated in the metal box and it's hot and he's just, you know, thinking of where he wants to be and why he's fighting this war. So in my opinion, those are the only two options that it can be. I am 80 or 70% convinced it's the flash forward, and then there's that 20 to 30% that is that believes it just might be a dream sequence. Because keep in mind, this is not something they haven't done before. They've done stuff like that before. Just recently, Glenn and Abraham with the you know, the Last Supper sequence, and there was no even rationale to that. It just popped up on screen with some dialogue of, what do you think you're going to grow old together? So having him hallucinate that or daydream that or have a dream about, you know, what he's fighting for fits in the world of The Walking Dead. As far as the scene and when it's going to play out, we're going to get a taste of it in episode 1, and we most likely won't get a reveal until later on. So a lot of fans are thinking episode 1 and then episode 8, which is the mid-season finale. So anyway, thoughts and opinions about everything we discussed, and maybe something else that's new and popping in the news that I haven't seen yet for the world of The Walking Dead, go ahead and leave those down in the comment box. I'm done talking. It's your turn.